Live stream has started. All right, have a great show, and we're opening up in three, two, one.
What's going on, Black Hollywood Live family? It's time for Being Mary Jane. It's time to get frisky and risky.
So good, so good, so good, so good.
I like this song.
No, my love is so good, so good.
What's your name again? Zara Larson?
Yeah, wait for it, wait for it. Yo love is so good.
Yeah,
I was waiting for the hook.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the hook, y'all. Until it starts, welcome to Black Hollywood Live presents Being Mary Jane, episode 8, Getting Risky. Or is it Getting Frisky?
Getting risky.
Either way.
You want him to be frisky.
It's going there, you guys. Welcome to another week of Black Hollywood Live presents Being Mary Jane. I am your lead host, McCall Hall. You can find me on social media when sports and pop culture collide. And tonight we're down one, but we're still rolling strong. Who do we have to my left?
I'm Paris Rose. You can find me on Instagram and Snapchat at Paris Rose.
Hey, I'm Sarah Lyons. You can find me on Twitter at Sarah Lioness. Lioness with a Y, Sarah with an H.
The Lioness. So what's going on, family? We're 1 week into Lent. Nobody.
How's that going?
Yeah, you know, I forgot what I even gave up. You know, I think I gave up remembering things. Before we get too far into this episode, I want to give some shout outs. Number one, if you want to engage with us on social media, make sure you follow us at BHL Online. Okay, Hollywood Redefined. But for those of you guys who watch us on YouTube, I want to shout some people out. Phoenix Moneypenny, one of our VIPs, thank you so much. From the UK, 1983 Creative, Erica Starkey, Quintessential 2, Randy Dodd, Jessica Michelle, Sonia, Kaneen Productions, and Quintessential just cannot get over the fact that I refer to that young lady as Splenda, and her name is Splenda. Okay. You guys, what's going on?
Oh my gosh, this episode.
I'm so happy for this
good.
episode. Yeah.
This episode was so good.
It was so. I mean, I feel like it touched on everybody. Like everyone had their own little storyline. Like it was just enough. I can't believe the season's almost over. Like I'm sad because this episode's so good.
I'll tell you, it takes a while sometimes for shows to kind of get their rhythm when they have a new production team.
Right.
For those of you guys who don't know, Will Packer is now more hands-on with this show. So he's the executive producer. And Will's a movie guy, right? Yeah. So I think in the movie world, it's kind of like you can take a little bit more time to lead up to that big boom. With TV, it's different. So I'm seeing his genius start to come together, which I was really relieved about because I was like, I don't know where this season's going, but it all came together for me tonight. So again, we are on episode 8 out of 10, which is kind of short, Getting Risky. So let's get into it. Opens up with MJ getting dolled up to go to dinner with Lee's ex-wife.
Finally, the baby mama.
Yes.
And she was dancing to So Good, So Good, So Good, So good. Make sure you guys download that one. That was a good one. So we finally get to meet the infamous ex-wife. Well, actually, I don't think she was infamous. I just think she was mysterious.
Was she ever married though? The way Lee was talking about marriage.
Oh, true. I'm saying ex-wife because I'm old school, but his child's mother. Because they're from the UK, so they probably don't say baby mama. But his child's mother, they went out to dinner with her. Stunning, beautiful.
So beautiful, full of personality.
Yes.
She and Lee were like best buds.
Too close. I would be so annoyed.
I would be super
Come on,
upset.
look.
You
High-fiving every 2 seconds.
High-fiving, inside jokes, and Mary Jane just over there like, am I here? And the waiter was like, oh, you guys, and your friend. Like, no.
So this episode, number one, I mean, there were a lot of moving parts in this episode, but I think that there were a lot of great moments for our reaction to things, right? So this dinner definitely brings up a little discussion I'd like to have. Have you guys dated somebody who had an ex that was just like his homie, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand why they're even broken up.
Never.
No, not so much. I had someone, his ex, they're like, oh, we're just friends, but we knew that she still wanted him. Like, there was still, like, something there. So y'all aren't just friends.
Well, I've been
You're
the
not just
ex.
friends.
I've been the ex homie. Like
The ex homie?
No, I mean I've been the homie ex. You know,
Like, you guys were still cool?
Yeah, and I have to meet the new girlfriend, and she's like, "So you guys are really close still, huh?"
Oh,
And I'm like,
gosh.
"We're best buds."
Okay.
I was annoyed by myself. I'm like, I
Yeah.
should take a step back.
So
Yeah.
you were Lee's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was that lady. Yeah.
Okay. I personally have not been in that situation, but I do have a friend, and I love his parents, but they've been divorced longer than I've been alive, right? But they are like best friends, and it's
Yeah.
so cool. And it's like, why aren't you guys still married? Because they both remarried, and they're not even that cool with their new spouses. You know what I mean?
very weird.
What?
Like, it's,
I mean, I guess
it's
some people just don't click romantically, but they're like, we're just really good friends.
yeah.
Right.
So MJ asked Lee straight up, like, are you guys still in love?
Yeah.
He was hesitant.
He was hesitant. Why did he hesitate? When she's like, well, does she still love you? Why couldn't he answer
No
the
response.
question?
Well, maybe he's like,
He was
"Well,
hesitant.
You're supposed to help. And then
Well, he said, "Of course." Actually, she said, "Do you still have feelings for her?" He
Oh, he
said, "Of course."
Yeah, but when
Of
she
course.
asked, does she still want you? He's like,
No response.
no.
Which
Like, I
I'm
need you to-
which we'll get into
Yes.
why I'm so confused about
Right,
that. So, so my next question is, why did this conversation not happen before?
Yes.
Because I feel like, regardless if you meet the young lady or not, I would want to know by this guy that I'm seeing, and I feel like it's going somewhere. How did you guys break up? Was
Yeah,
it
why?
was it
What
respectable, if you will? Like, why didn't this conversation come up? And I think it's because Mary Jane is just so damn afraid to hear the truth. Sometimes she didn't want to know.
Yes, right. Yeah.
She asked the man to tell her that she loved him when they were, first meeting and hooking
Immediately.
up.
Which
So
he ended up telling to his ex. He exposed her their whole first night.
that's
one night stand.
right.
Yes, that's awkward. I'm sorry. I mean,
That's
I know
low
y'all
class.
are close, but you don't need to share the details of our relationship.
Right.
Like, no.
Like, I don't want you telling her like what I taste like.
Oh, because she probably.
She probably did. They laughed about it together.
Yeah, but then also the important conversation that should have been had was when Lee surprised her with how we thought about marriage.
Yeah, and we discovered later that a lot of conversations
Yeah.
have not been had by Lee and MJ, and it's kind of unfortunate. Moving on, a conversation that I just knew was going to come up. Ava shares that she set up PJ. First of all, I would have punched Ava in her face.
Yeah, where was
First
that camera? You were
off.
filming me?
Right.
Inappropriate.
How did she do that? Those pictures, I mean, we saw for a moment, but they were very clear pictures.
She's a child with money. She has the internet.
So
If I
she
wanted to
just had a
set you two
camera
up
on?
right now, okay, I don't have as much
set
money
like
as
a little-
Ava and her family, but I could set you two up.
That's true.
I could do it. I could do it.
That's Ava's a creep. That's crazy.
It's very.
Her mom is a creep. So PJ gets punked to plan a party for Ava, and she's doing this by dangling the carrot that her mother is in love with him. First of all, why does that child know that?
Why does the child know?
They have an interesting mother-daughter relationship. So I feel like maybe the mom isn't as I don't know if the word's professional, but I think she might be just as creepy as Ava. They might both have
Probably.
something a little off with them.
Yeah.
The
this is
apple
not-
don't fall far
Exactly.
from the tree.
Right. I'm sure that she's had this scenario before where Ava's had to watch her like trying to reel in some younger guy or whatever.
Exactly.
Like
I'd
under the
punch
guise
my
of,
mom
I'm your
in the
mentor.
face.
Like, no, you want him, mom. Stop being a creep.
Because I think this was the mom's elaborate plan. I'm going to help him buy the Rolex, tell him I'm doing it because I believe in
Yeah.
him, when really she just likes him.
Yeah.
So I think, you're right. The apple doesn't fall too far. What is it?
Fall too
The
far.
apple,
Yes.
the apple teeny doesn't fall far from the bar.
Okay, I like that one.
I like that.
I like that one.
I'm gonna call her original.
You just made that up on the
You
spot?
heard that here first on Black Hollywood Live.
Yeah.
The
Copyrighted.
apple teeny doesn't fall far from the bar.
There we
Put that on your Instagram.
There we go.
So let's talk about Kara and her damn kids.
Ooh.
Ooh, God.
Kara and her children.
First of all, you just became a good parent like 3 years ago. Because let's be
Right.
real.
Yes, let's remember. Yes.
Kara,
around.
I don't want to go too far back with this show, but I remember the days when Kara's husband had to beg her to be a responsible parent.
Yeah, to be
and
around
now
the
all of a
kids.
sudden you don't want your kids on social media talking to this man that's tasting you. So what do we think about that? Orlando seems to be getting comfortable with her kids.
Super comfortable.
So I was confused. She's like, "Why are you talking to him?" Da 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 da. I'm like, "How did they get each other's numbers?" But then
Social
she
media.
finds out it's social media.
Yeah, Snapchatting.
I mean,
and
what's
all
the
of that.
harm? It's
What's
social
the
media.
harm? Yeah, and this is obviously someone that the boy he's a fan of, and it's probably thinks it's cool that like, my mom is dating this like famous baseball player, and I follow him, and
But I do see her point. Because if they both know they're dating and then they see him with other women, it's like, well, aren't you supposed to be with my mom? And,
Right.
and he might, as a teen, get really defensive. So she has
understand
that point. But
Again, she needs to set the tone with her child
Right,
that
not-
nothing is going on between us.
they're not dumb. As he clearly showed, like, he is smart. He's having sex. He
Yeah.
gets it now. There's no, like, no, we're just best buddies. There's no lying to them anymore.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about Orlando asking her straight up, well, what do you want me to do?
I thought it was... Go on.
I mean, you can tell that he really respects her and cares about her. I think for a man, it's just like, okay, what? Like, I will do what you want me to do. Like, he doesn't want to lose her over this. And no, you disagree. You disagree.
I didn't-
but okay.
I didn't like the fact that he asked her, well, what do you want me to do?
Why?
Because I feel like he should already have a clear-cut idea about how he wants to proceed and what he feels comfortable with.
But it's still
you
her
can't-
son
yeah,
that
you can't
he's
just
talking to.
Decide to do whatever you
I'm
want.
not listening to you. If your son hits me up, I'm still gonna respond. Like, if he still has to respect her, like, that is her son. Like, obviously she can't control whether he talks to him or not. But no, okay.
We can agree to disagree. we can be Justin and MJ.
Justin and MJ.
They never agree, or was it
Justin-
either way?
Until they do.
Yeah. I was like, do you really want to be them?
Until
Did you
they
guys
do.
see the previews for next damn week?
We're going too far.
Feel
We're going too far
We can feel
ahead.
the chemistry bubbling, and I'm so here for it.
So let's get into Kara being stuck to help Rhonda and MJ. I felt like for a split second, MJ felt like Kara wasn't in her corner.
Yeah.
Because MJ wanted to talk, and for the first time, you see Kara having to like step back, like I don't have time for you.
Right.
Yeah.
My phone
Which was
died.
great.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like, I mean, Kara's also at work. This is her job. She's got to be doing a rock and a hard place. Like, MJ knows that Kara has been there for her through thick and thin, through everything. But it's just like, okay, I'm her producer. Like, I
Yeah.
have to do this.
Yeah, and it also kind of plays out. It's really interesting. So this is where you know how you have one of those moments where you're not the one getting clowned, you're not the one having like the awkward situation, but you just feel for the other person. So Lee has a stand-up comedy gig, and MJ is there. Did Zoe go too? I can't remember.
Yes.
Of course, Zoe was there.
She was
Well,
there.
hell, I can't remember. She might have been
She
at
didn't
the
talk
club.
in that scene. She was there just sipping her
was just
drink.
there.
Okay,
supporting
she
it.
didn't
Laughing.
have a speaking role in that
No.
one. But so the three of them are at the club. Lee is performing, and he is clowning at MJ's family's expense.
Hot mess. That was really inappropriate. I'm sorry. Don't put my
That
family's
pissed
business
me
out
off.
there. I would have walked out.
Or
She was
ask her
too
before,
nice.
are you comfortable with this? Because that.
Thank you.
I mean, that was some information. And if they ever
Surprise.
disclose that their relationship, like they're an item, then it's like, whoa, like MJ's whole family's messed up. So I didn't think that
Right.
was his right to
And the
disclose
fact that
that.
he didn't see anything wrong with
Nothing
it.
wrong.
He didn't say anything wrong. Okay, I have a couple of reasons why it pissed me off.
Yeah.
Number one, to your point, if anybody were to find out that MJ is dating this stand-up comedian, and then they go back on YouTube and they discover this, this gig,
And they know about her
they're going to know
business.
about her personal life, and she's a public figure. So you have to be a little bit more careful. It's not like she's Zoe. Hell, I mean, nobody knows who Zoe is
Yeah.
except for. We'll get there. So that kind of pissed me off. Next, I feel like you can only take that kind of liberty when you are dating somebody. It's like like you're about to be engaged or you are married.
Right.
But you can't talk about your partner's family until you've put in some like holidays.
But even still, like, talk to her. Like, ask if it's okay first.
Right.
I think.
And at the very core of it, you need to
Yeah.
ask.
And he
Yeah.
knows MJ. Did he really think she was gonna find that funny about Niecy? Like, really?
And then he's like, "Oh, if Niecy were here, she'd laugh." No,
She would not laugh.
don't think so.
Niecy would have been crying, and
would've been
Travion would have
pissed.
started to stutter.
Niecy would have stormed out. Poor Travion.
I'm just picturing him in the bar instead. Oh my gosh.
Like what?
So, through all of that debate, we get to another discussion, and that is about marriage.
Yeah.
And we find out that Lee doesn't believe in marriage
At all.
At all.
It's hypocritical.
It's
Doesn't
old
make-
school.
It's old school. It's dated. Like, well, geez, Lee. So I guess that answers her question of, so you never want to get married. That's an
Again, I
important
go back to
conversation have.
I go back to the question I had in the first scene. Why didn't this conversation
Come on.
happen
Yes.
Thank you.
before?
Especially being older. Like,
Yes,
we're
I
not
was
just
gonna
out here
say.
dating to have fun. Like, we're dating with a purpose.
What
Okay,
the hell
like,
is
where
wrong
are we
with
going?
MJ? What was
where are we
wrong with her?
going? I don't know.
Do you guys think MJ is afraid of the truth?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I
definitely.
feel like this is from one of her best relationships, and she doesn't want to ask the tough questions.
Yeah. And she says, first Zoe, now this. First of all, MJ, cut the ish. Cut the ish. You could have known all the stuff. All you
She
had to
could
do
have.
was ask.
Yeah. Right.
Neither one of them want to ask. Because I
No.
think both of them are scared that somebody has a flaw. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like he doesn't ask the right questions. She doesn't ask the right questions. And I think they're really afraid of having their hearts broken. Because we find out, and we didn't even talk about this, Lee's child's mother, long-term partner, cheated on him. We find out later with who, but he discloses that he has been cheated on. So I do think that there is a little bit of ignorance is bliss
Yes.
from the both of them.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Rhonda and Karen. Let's get a little bit deeper. Rhonda and Kara have a conversation about their allegiance. So Rhonda's trying to pull Kara because she can feel that Justin is losing, or
She's
Not on
losing
her
Justin.
side,
she's
yeah.
losing Justin. But again, has her
love
back.
that.
I'm not gonna take that bait, Rhonda. No.
Yeah. MJ decides once again to go do some detective work. First of all, MJ, this is not CSI, okay? Why is she always leaving by herself to go try to spy on somebody?
I don't know.
She's gonna get shot. Justin has been basically following her. They find out,
Right.
you know, they end up at the same place. And Justin says that he will show her the source, and you know, they set up this meeting. Justin and MJ agree to talk about the source,
But
and
only if she promises not to.
only if she promises not to disclose anything. But they meet back at MJ's hotel.
Right. He's all up in her living space.
So let's talk about foreshadowing, okay? Last week, I know for a fact that I said that Justin and MJ, there is a tension.
Yes. Yes, you did say that. Yes.
Was I the only person sitting there thinking, okay, number one, the convict's not going to show up, the source is not going to show up,
And they're gonna.
and they're going to end up boning.
See, I thought Lee was gonna show up. I thought he was gonna be the knock on
I
the door.
thought Lee would. Yeah,
Really?
like,
You know what?
what's
That's a very
happening?
legitimate.
I actually didn't think about that.
I thought for sure. I'm like, he's not gonna show up. It's gonna mess. Like he's gonna get upset because you know Justin's there, and that's gonna be the end of their relationship. That's what I thought.
Oh, because then the insecurities of cheating.
Right.
And all that. Oh
Right.
goodness.
And I
that's
thought, well, MJ was already
wow.
upset, and it was ways about Zoe and the marriage thing, so she was
Yeah.
gonna let it happen. That's what I thought. I was like, yes, I'm waiting for it.
I didn't actually think anything was gonna like physically happen between them, but I needed I thought they'd have a moment.
Like a moment,
It's
yeah.
Like, oh, we're connecting.
Well, I think they did have a moment. I think they had a moment because Justin.
He opened up a
He
little bit.
opened up because MJ puts him on blast. I see your designer shoes. I see your tailored shirts.
Yeah, you know how much my purse is.
And shout out to Gabrielle Union and your hood voice and tone and dialect. She was like, Justin, you ain't from none of that. Like she just got real
Project.
hood,
Yeah.
that bougetto.
But wait, but what were those paint colors? Those wall colors?
What was that?
Aubergine and what he's like?
Aubergine?
It's like
Aubergine and boysenberry.
The
I'm sorry,
is
I don't know
that?
what colors those are.
I don't know what aubergine is.
Boysenberry
But boysenberry is, well, this is why I know what boysenberry is. It's like a bluish purple because at IHOP back in the day, they used to have boysenberry syrup, and the top of it was like blue.
Okay, shout out to IHOP.
Yep.
It is National Pancake Day too.
Oh, it is.
Today?
Yes.
Yeah, they have free pancakes at IHOP.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
you
missed
get
that.
3 for free. I got mine. Anywho, so the convict shows up and they take him to the station and they do basically a test run interview, which was great.
Yeah.
I was very proud of MJ being vulnerable enough to trust Justin and vice versa.
Seriously.
And then we find out that Justin just wants to push her to be great.
Which was, I think, a really nice moment.
Yes.
Again, I was shocked.
I know, I'm definitely surprised.
Right.
Yeah.
But shout out to the actor that plays the convict. I really believed his interview. I'm like, yes.
You know
Wrongly
what?
accused.
I don't know his name. I'll have to look it up. But he had a great performance. He should book 1.5 million more things because he's a
good.
great actor, like situational actor. Justin wants her to stick up for herself, and he poses a really good question. He asks MJ, "What do you need more, a job or a seat at the table?"
seat at the table. Basically, it's like, don't settle. Like, I don't want you to waste your potential. Like, okay, it's cool to just be cruising along in a job, but he knows what she wants. That
And
high
see,
seat.
Well, I'm going to talk about that one a little bit later.
Okay.
Because what I liked about what he said, I will apply it at the end of the episode.
Yes.
So Kara still doesn't trust Justin. We know this. MJ and Zoe go shopping. Well, was it shopping or was it like, I think she knew the designer.
Yes.
Either way, they end up at a boutique.
Yeah.
They are looking at the finest of couture.
Finest of couture.
The finest of couture. Zoe shares some big. Okay, so let's just. Okay, let me go back. They go to the boutique. They try on clothes. MJ is changing in front of this woman.
Zoe snaps a photo.
Zoe takes out her phone, snaps a photo of her butt cheeks and them granny panties.
Like, excuse me?
And you know, MJ just gets all thrown off about it. And then MJ has a breakdown. She can't understand, like, you're getting ready to send this to Lee. You guys talk about everything. You feel comfortable enough to expose my butt cheeks to him.
She talks about her bush, remember, too?
Yeah, she talks about her bush. Why are you guys not together?
Well, yeah, what am I missing? What am I missing?
Then they have the ultimate mic drop. Zoe starts to, well, I'm not going to say make out, but she
But
kisses
she grabs
MJ.
MJ and kisses her.
MJ's face was great.
It was like The Color Purple on BET. Remember that scene, Color
Back to
Purple?
the color purple. That one was actually even creepier than color purple. It was like a
Low key,
slow
low key.
kiss.
But this, yeah, that was.
So we
that was
find
a
out that
moment.
Zoe's a lesbian.
Yes, a lesbian.
A lesbian. She's like, that is why Lee and I are not gonna get back together, because I like women.
Now we see this a lot. We
And
see
her
this a lot.
beautiful model girlfriend, which I beauty's in the eye of the
That was a
beholder.
basic picture.
I didn't find her to be
because
that
was a
attractive,
basic
but-
picture.
And I can look. I can judge anybody. I got 2 eyeballs. I can tell you if I think somebody's fine or not. I didn't find the girl to be fine. I'm sure she's a sweetheart. But Zoe shares that she fell in love with a woman. That's why she's not with Lee. I wonder how they explain this to the kids, though. That was the question that I was wondering, and they might
And how
bring
long
it up,
ago this happened?
right?
Like, when did they break up? When did she discover this woman? Like, when?
That's a great
That's
question.
very good. Like, yes.
How long
is this
ago did they break
recent?
up?
Yes. Why didn't I think of that? Because this is recent. That could really change things. But
I mean,
if she's
I
a
feel like
long-term
it wasn't.
lesbian,
I mean, it's not like they've been together for what, 10 years?
Sorry, I got really
Like-
quiet because I'm trying to reflect. Had that ever been addressed? Like, how long had he been separated from this
No,
woman?
because they
No.
didn't ask any. Memji doesn't know any of this information.
She didn't even know how old the kids were. Okay, well, I don't know. But very interesting. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. And we find out more about her love life a little bit later.
Yes.
MJ and Justin show Garrett the tape. And Garrett is just like, number one, how did y'all pull this off?
Right.
right?
Number
In the
two,
studio after hours.
Number two, we got to get this out there before somebody else does. Calls in Kara, calls in Rhonda. They show them, the tape. Now, Garrett tries to flip the table again.
Ooh, no
Wants to
shame
give it
about
back to Rhonda.
Yes.
Yeah, we say thank you for bringing this to me, and we're gonna give it to Rhonda and Kara.
So, my whole thing is, how are you going to make me call up this man, have him come down here to interview with somebody else?
Right.
I'm not doing that.
No.
And MJ says she's not
No.
going to stand for it. She says that she will resign before she allows that to
Kudos
happen.
to MJ
MJ
for finding
earned the
a
biggest set of
backbone.
nuts.
Yes.
Well, Justin
It's
did
about
help
time.
her grow those nuts, I guess.
But that's good.
he put it in her head. He put the little, fire in her
Yes,
head.
she stood up to Rhonda. Before she was saying, I can't talk to Garrett like that. Like, yes, you know what you have. You brought this to the table. Yes, use your power.
Now, again, I'm going to bring it up. Last week, I said verbatim, you can pull up that beautiful bean footage. I said that Justin would be willing to lose his job for MJ, and that was going to
And
make
that's
her
gonna make
fall
her-
in love with him. I said this last week. You can roll it back.
You did, and I said, I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was such a good moment. And he said,
Yes.
well, if she walks, I walk too. I was like,
Get it, boo?
Then he just bit down on that jaw.
Oh, his little jaw bite. Oh my God.
So anywho, Garrett buckles under the pressure and gives the story back to MJ
Yeah.
and to Justin, which was beautiful.
And he also put Rhonda in her place at the same time.
Don't demean yourself.
Oh yeah,
She was
he
like,
did. He did. He did.
She was like,
He did.
And she storms out. It's like, that only works once with me, y'all. Don't play that card again.
Exactly. He also said, "Don't try it."
Yeah.
Which is a lie. Because ratings are ratings. Okay, so I feel like I sound like a Kara stan every time I do this show because I'm always pointing out like the dope things that Kara does. But I'm really big on loyalty.
Yeah, and-
So anytime I see it, I have to shout it out. You know, Kara looked at MJ and she said straight up, a win for you is a win for me.
I love that.
That was so
There's not
sweet.
many people who feel that way. They say they feel that way, but they really want you to lose.
But Kara
Secretly,
really believes
she
it.
believes
Yeah,
it.
She believes in MJ. She's been in her corner this whole time. Like, I mean, she's only working with Rhonda because she was assigned
Yeah.
to do that. Like,
And she was mad at MJ for not telling who the source was, and she got over that quickly because she saw that it actually worked out for MJ.
Right.
She put her feelings aside. I thought, damn, this girl's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, I have a quick question though.
Oh, yeah, please.
I feel very like a mom, but what is a stan?
like a really like Emin. Did it come from Eminem's song?
Okay, she didn't even know what the Cash Me Outside girl was. Okay, so don't give me
I
that.
thought it came.
Catch Me Outside is younger than my weave, okay? Like, it hasn't even been out that long.
Well, how long have we been saying Stan? Like Stan the Eminem fan?
Yes, a stan, a super
a
fan.
stan.
super fan, obsessed. Like,
But people use the term stan, they interchange it from a noun to a verb, like I can stan, or you are a stan.
oh, I never heard it as a verb.
Isn't it a verb? I promise I graduated from
You
college.
can stand.
She's-
Okay.
you-
Now I know what it is.
I can stand.
So I feel good.
Thank
I can stand. Like, I can stand out for Beyonce.
What about I'm standing out for Beyonce?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I'm about to say that.
I'm standing, well, not standing out. You would say I'm
yeah.
standing.
I'm a stan.
And clearly, by your boy by sweatshirt, you are the ultimate stan. But yes, to stan is to admire with a great deal of enthusiasm
Yeah.
an artist.
Okay.
That is to stan.
Okay.
And if you are a stan, you are an extremely enthused fan of an artist.
Okay.
Okay.
And you usually express your admiration through screaming, through crying, through physical,
Like
movement.
grabbing.
Yeah.
Very
I'm no stan
overly
then.
excited. Okay.
I fall out on, when I'm standing for Beyonce, I'm usually on the ground. I'm praising Jesus. I usually, my hair is all, okay, moving on.
Yes, okay.
Moving
Sorry
on.
about that.
Moving on. And hey, you're married, you could be a mom next.
Oh.
That's going to be a long time from now.
I had a dream about fish last night. Rhonda calls Justin into her office like a mom.
Oh my God! Can we talk about this encounter though? Why were they so close? I thought it was like,
yes.
are you gonna have a moment? Like, what? Why are you so close to each other?
Nah,
And
I
they
do
were
that stuff all the
talking.
time.
That close?
When you confront
Yeah.
someone, you talk that
Let me
close?
tell you something.
Oh my God,
Let me
are they
tell you
about to- Are they about to kiss?
No. When I need to make sure you understand me,
Ooh.
I'm gonna get up in your grill. Okay? Like, I come
breath
from
on the face and
I don't care. You need to smell my breath.
Girl, I would be like,
No,
Yeah.
I'm being so for real. Especially in sports, you see people be forehead to forehead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up in your grill. I don't care if I'm making you uncomfortable. You gonna know how I feel right now. I know that feeling.
oh God.
Oh,
If I was mad at you
were-
right now, I'd be all up in your stuff.
Lord, and I
See
would
that
be
scene?
breaking my neck.
I would have been cracking up like, wow.
No, like when
Close.
I don't like feeling people's breath on me. And I can smell your breath. Oh, I really don't like it. They had to be spitting on each other that close and strongly
With
talking.
that much, right?
No, I can't
God.
feel the hot air on me.
I couldn't be that close to Justin without like working like kiss working like.
Our lips are so close.
Justin bucks up to her, and he made a point. Now, Rhonda called him to do this job, okay? But he said, this was the biggest moment of my career. Did you just bring me here to be a pawn?
Right.
And basically, yeah.
She did to get MJ all flustered and
Yeah,
mess
which
that
was
up.
disrespectful.
Plan backfired.
Yeah. So anywho, I don't think that they'll have any kind of close relationship anymore.
No.
I don't think so.
I think that's done.
No.
PJ figures out how to throw a party.
A
safe
silent party.
parties.
Have any of you guys
Silent
had-
disco, but I
been to one of
want
those?
to. There's one in Santa Monica. And
I feel like I have a silent party every Tuesday on Black Hollywood Live. Because I wear headphones. Really, really great idea. I have not been to one formally. But I'll have to plan to do that. Actually, yes, I have. I do that in my house sometimes. I'll put on my like Beats by Dre and I'll like clean the house because I don't want my neighbors to hear my music.
Oh.
And I play So Good, So Good.
It's gonna be a new song.
Kara and Orlando discuss being in a relationship.
Wait, we skipped over the party.
No, we go back to the party.
we go back. Okay,
we go back to the party. Kara and Orlando discuss being in a relationship. Number one, Kara and MJ are two different people right now. Okay? MJ is actually embracing the whole idea of love.
Yes.
Whereas Kara is like, pump your brakes.
Ooh, she gave it to him straight. My kids are falling for you faster than I am.
But I don't think that's real. I think it's a defense
It
mechanism.
is a defense mechanism because she doesn't want to get hurt.
Right, exactly.
I think they're
She does not
both
wanna
doing a
go-
defense mechanism.
MJ and or Orlando.
Yes. No. I think that MJ and Kara are both operating and using a defense mechanism when it comes to their relationships.
Because they've
Number
been through a
one,
lot.
I think MJ, I think she cares about Lee. I really
Of course.
do.
Yeah.
I think she's given him more time than she probably would have because she's damn near 40. Or is she 40? Whatever the
Almost
case may
40.
be. Almost 40. I think she's kind of forcing that square peg into the round hole just on a couple of things because she doesn't want to be alone. I think that Kara really does care about Orlando, but she's in a new city, her kids aren't there, and she's trying to remain the tough guy. They're both putting up a defense mechanism because they're trying to save their egos in different ways. So that's just my feeling.
No, I agree. And Kara definitely, she has a tough skin and she is like, well, I guess like a tough exterior. So she
Yes.
doesn't want to be vulnerable and open herself up to, especially he's a ball player. Like, it's hard to believe that you really, and can we talk about him using unanimous?
So I said the big word of the day was aubergine. Aubergine. And then the other big word is unanimous / monogamous.
Yes.
Unanimous means everybody agreed that it was that, okay? Everybody agreed on the subject matter. You are the unanimous MVP, Orlando. Everybody voted for you as the best player in the MLB. Not monogamous, not we're only having sex with each other.
Yes.
Golly. So monogamous, meaning this person is dating this person, they're sleeping with only each other. We find out that PJ's friend is in a monogamous relationship with Ava.
Wait, did they were in a relationship?
Well, I
What do you
know
think?
they're screwing around.
Of course, yeah. Okay. Well, that doesn't make any monogamous.
Yeah. I don't know if Ava can be.
No.
I don't think she can. I was just trying to tie it in.
Oh.
It was my poor attempt to tie in the fact that PJ has really shitty friends. Excuse my French.
Yes.
But
Right.
I don't think that's his friend for real.
No. Why are you
Well, he
messing
was
with this
different.
girl?
PJ is just changing around. So his
really
old
is.
friends are who he used to be, and now he's someone different.
He's got to evolve and move it right along.
He's
But you gotta
cut the
trim the
friends.
fat.
Yeah,
You have to trim
exactly.
it. You got to trim the
Trim
fat.
it.
When you know you're on the brink to do big things, let me just say this, okay? When you know you're on the brink of doing big things, trim the fat.
Trim it.
Get you a personal trainer.
Let it go.
Trim the friends, trim the fat. Hell, trim your hair a little bit. Just saying.
Right.
Just saying. A white girl has a seizure at the party, foaming at the mouth.
Could be drugs. Drug
So
overdose.
can I just be so honest, because this is Black Hollywood Live, okay? Hollywood
Speak on
redefined. I did not want PJ to go near that girl.
He had to.
Yeah.
He had to be. He was in charge. She
didn't
could have
want-
died there.
I didn't want PJ to touch that girl because I didn't want somebody to say that he did something to her.
Yeah.
see.
That's true.
I was literally like, why is he touching her? I would like call 911.
But he also, I mean, like physically touching her?
Why, don't put your hand, don't leave any fingerprints on that girl.
But when someone's having a seizure, you got to make sure they're not.
Unfortunately,
Not choking.
We're black in America. We have to be careful.
You're right.
That's true.
We have to be careful. But I want to move on a little bit because I do want to have some serious reaction to the ending of the show. MJ does the interview. It went very well. Rhonda congratulates MJ and then drops the bomb that she took less money but signed on for another 5 years. Now, she did that to knock the wind out of MJ's
Yes.
sail,
Yeah.
to shake her up.
I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Anytime soon.
But you know what? What I do know about big business, Rhonda, even if you signed a contract and they want you gone, they'll just pay you out.
Right.
So you took less money and you still might get fired.
Seriously.
Sucks for you. Then MJ and Justin have the heart to heart. MJ asked Justin, why did you hate me? And he was like, I didn't hate you. I actually thought you could be great.
Yeah, you could have been better, and I'm disappointed.
Now-
I wanted you to step it up.
Justin claims that he tried to push her to excel. Now, number one, does that always work? Do you guys believe that you can push people to excel?
It doesn't work with everybody.
They've got to want it themselves first.
Yeah.
And then you
Key.
can help them along the way, but
Yes.
you can't just force someone.
Yeah.
So.
Key, very key. So here's what I want to get into. Okay. I think that Justin is a better match for MJ.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And I'm
for
gonna
sure.
Then I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Lee makes a joke out of her career. We see tonight he's going to evolve his comedy, and it's gonna start tying into her. Okay, MJ takes her career to heart.
It's very
all right?
seriously. It's not a joke.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
What I have noticed about Hollywood and about just the industry, I have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people in the industry. A lot of them have husbands, if they're so lucky, and their husbands play the role as their manager almost. Their husbands care about their career
They're their
more
biggest
than
fan, yes.
biggest fan.
Which is
okay?
needed.
MJ needs that in her corner.
Yes.
And I think they talked about it tonight. MJ's never had that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he even said it.
And okay, he's the one that said it. Literally, I'm like, he's perfect for her.
He is.
He's perfect for her.
And he's so attractive.
And he's so cute.
Tsahai would be being like, now.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
I'm standing out with you just to like be a follower. I never thought Michael Ealy was that cute.
What?
Michael Ealy. Okay, let's do this over. I never thought Michael Ealy was that cute.
What?
You heard it here first. I like
No.
chocolate.
And oh my God,
I
he's
like
so
chocolate.
sexy. Oh
I
my
like
Yes.
God. His voice, his eyes,
I like
everything.
chocolate. So anywho, I think that Justin is laying the groundwork to be a better man in the long run for
Yeah.
MJ than Lee could ever be. And we also don't know where Justin stands on marriage. Don't let me find out
He
that
has no
he's
kids.
old school and he wants to get married.
He wants to get married.
Because I'm gonna say
He's ready to
Lee in a
settle down.
heartbeat.
Yep.
And he admires MJ and he sees potential in her and he wants her to do better.
He's
Like
pushing
And we
her.
know that he likes black women because
And
we
he
saw
loves
his
black
other girlfriend.
women. Yes.
But what's going to happen now? I mean, Justin wants to be a team and he wants to push her forward. But what about good old Kara? What's going to happen with that? He wants to be MJ's producer.
He is MJ's
Well,
producer.
now
For the long haul.
Well, I think that if they care about her equally and they respect each other and their roles, they'll find a way to create a team that supports
Yeah,
what she needs.
Carol will eventually have to realize that Justin is not trying to manipulate MJ. Like
Yeah.
he actually has her best interest.
And I also think that Kara, if she decides to let her guard down and bring in her new boo and really incorporate him in her life, she's not going to have time to be that protective
Right,
right.
over MJ. And then her kids are getting older. Hell, be a mom.
Right.
Shit, you don't got
Right.
time for that. PJ's mom and Ava come to blows, or PJ and Ava's mom come to blows. She flips this on Ava like it's all her fault, which it was. I mean, come on. But Ava's mom has this breakdown, and then she tries to kiss PJ.
Oh, and PJ was like, no,
Yes,
no.
give her the Heisman.
God, I'm so
Okay.
proud of PJ. He would just walk out of that situation like a boss. Like, I don't thank you for your help, but I'm good. Take your Rolex. I'm not kissing you, old woman. I don't need you anymore. I'm good. PJ has grown up so much, y'all.
Let me just be clear here. I agree with what PJ did, but to the outside world looking in, we all believed that you were screwing her. So you might as well just do it. Everybody
Nah,
thinks
That's
it.
going to end poor, like
That's
so
everybody
badly.
thinks Yeah, I guess whenever he does eventually leave, then she could blackball
For the
him.
sake of TV, I wish PJ had just gone in for the kill.
He was
For
not
TV, yes.
interested.
If it was a real life situation, he did the right thing. He would end up being her puppet, so no, he did the
Yeah,
right thing.
Or
But
she would have gone
it would
on
make good
Fatal
TV.
Attraction or something crazy. Like,
But for the sake of TV, I
Yeah.
wish they would have gone in. Nothing like a MILF, right?
But, I guess.
I'm just talking, it's late. So, final scene, MJ, Lee, and Zoe go out for dinner. It's going great.
goodbye dinner.
So, MJ was having hesitations about Zoe. Like, Zoe would say something about Lee, and MJ would be like, ha ha ha, and then she'd be like, why the fuck does she know that, right? during this dinner, it starts off like they are homies.
Besties.
Like,
holding
girlfriends.
hands.
like we are
call.
like I have a dear couple that I have known for years. They're married now. When we go out, I can be third wheel with them. But like we're so cool. Like we just kiki and drink together. It's fun. They reminded me of us.
Okay.
Until Zoe shares that her and her longtime girlfriend, or actually just girlfriend, I don't know if it's a long time, would like to have a child. I've heard this before in my own family because my sister is a lesbian, that Zoe's girlfriend will give her the egg. Zoe will carry the baby. Sorry, I had to play this out of my mind. And they want Lee to be the sperm donor.
Because they want all the kids to have the same dad.
Which makes sense. That's
That
what my
makes
sister wanted my
sense.
brother's sperm.
And Lee was clearly like,
Your sister wanted your brother's sperm.
My sister wanted my brother to give her girlfriend his sperm.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
They didn't
then
have
that
an
would be incest.
No,
there.
they did. She didn't do all that.
Okay,
but
got you.
my sister just wanted my brother to impregnate her girlfriend.
I got
to
you.
have the genes in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes
gotcha.
sense.
It didn't happen,
Okay.
Oh.
and my sister's crazy.
Okay.
And I
So.
will put that on live. So reactions.
Well, I think it was interesting to notice the difference in reaction between MJ and Lee, because MJ was like she was gonna say, "Oh, that's a great idea," and
Oh,
Lee's
I don't
like,
think that was her reaction at all.
I don't think that was her reaction.
Oh, really?
I
It
think
was
she was
like,
trying to mask that she was in shock.
Yes, that's what it was. It was
okay.
like, eat this bitch. Okay, I'm
and
gonna
Lee
smile.
was like,
and Lee's like,
what
you
do
put me
guys
in the
think Lee
uncomfortable.
would say?
So this is a great time for predictions.
Yes.
We are getting close to needing to wrap up here. So why don't we go ahead and do the predictions?
Okay.
And it's a very simple yes or no, and you can add a why. Okay. Very simple yes
short.
or no. You can add a why if you like. Does Lee say yes or does he say no?
Lee says yes
Why?
because that's his best friend.
And you'll do anything for your best
Yeah, I
friend.
feel like if MJ, and especially if MJ wasn't in the picture, he would say yes.
I think he would too.
And that's going to be the reason. I know this is I'm talking too much, but that's going to be the reason why MJ's like, you know what? That's enough. Justin, here we go.
Right.
Okay.
I'm with you. I think he's gonna say yes,
Yeah.
and that's gonna lead her into Justin's arms.
It's too much drama.
For the first time this season, I completely agree with their predictions.
It's a unanimous.
It is unanimous. It is unanimous. We all believe that Lee is going to give up this this baby batter.
And that's going to be like, I'm done. I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen, you guys. I don't think that Lee is going to die anymore. Because 2 weeks ago,
Oh, yeah.
I was saying Lee was going to get killed off. He's not going to get
Yeah,
killed off.
no.
I think Lee is just going to kill himself because MJ ain't going for that.
Figuratively speaking,
No.
yes.
I'm not doing
And
that.
MJ's family is Southern. Could you imagine them taking that back to Mrs. Patterson?
Oh, Miss Patterson.
so let me
no.
break down.
Mrs.
some
Patterson would
hints,
drop dead in the kitchen. Mrs. Patterson would die.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Lee just had another baby, but not really because his wife had it, or the ex. It's just too much.
They can't take that back to Atlanta.
It's too much.
So with that, it is a unanimous decision that from Black Hollywood Live, being Mary Jane next week, we'll see the death of Lee because MJ is officially done with him.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, if you guys have an alternate prediction, let us know on social media at BHL Online. Make sure you guys go on the YouTube comments. I enjoy reading them. In the meantime, if you want to follow me, when sports and pop culture collide, you can find me on social media at So McCall Hall. And where can they find you guys?
You guys can find me on the gram or Snapchat at Paris Rose with 2 R's.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Sarah Lioness and also on Instagram at Sarah_Lioness.
All right, you guys, have a unanimous week. Bye.
Bye.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.